it'd be very interesting, the future of life, everything being tokenized, everything turning into digital. We're just in this amazing digital space now with everything, and where humans are just attached to these gadgets completely 24/7, walking around with us. And obviously payment, we were in a world where we use a form of payment previously, coins, paper, plastic, digital, and now to this crypto space, that having such thing as a community coin, you're creating something out of nothing, like an illusion. But it's the powerful part of it is when it's connected to such a thing as the community, to benefit the community. And especially with the growth of, there's such a change from even the 1980s, there was a big shift in embracing the attitude of gay people. Like, you had so many people just come out and embrace who they were, and it get accepted. And even even schools changed. There was quite a bit of change in schools, that there wasn't so much bullying. There still was that aspect of it, but it wasn't so much. And then you get such people like in all these fashion icons who suddenly start popping up and coming out. That made the biggest change. Like these sports people, like the boxer Orlando Cruz and stuff like that, and like famous fighters, and then we start to see these people have changed the world. And then you get the events such as the Pride events and the other ones, like what's the one in Sydney, the Mardi Gras and stuff like that.
All the Pride festivals. And
I think it's bringing that unity, which is needed. There's something in the world which everybody needs. If we could do that with religions too, if we could do it with everything. And that's why having such digital coins representing the community, I think, will start the next level of, evolving to growth.
And isn't it interesting how these dance parties are a form of peaceful protest?
They are, yes, yeah.
The ultimate form of peace. What can you do when there's a bunch of people dancing and having a good time?
It's a fun protest. Yeah. Embracing the way we should live. And so I think it will help towards, obviously, the mental health part, the stigma awareness and stuff like that, within schools, within education, within parents, and definitely in the employment sector as well. So I think it's an interesting future if we can create this amazing community and connect it with the digital space now, the crypto, the blockchain. It will be the next stage of making a big impact.
Yeah, so it's taking it away from, it's inclusive. It's including a part of the community that you wouldn't normally associate with a financial cog, but putting it in there with an intention of giving back to the community as well.
100%. But this is a brand new thing of the blockchain and a new internet, Web3. And obviously all industries are going to connect to that, whether it's the tourist industry or the car industry or the hotel industry, whatever it is. Bringing that and adding that with the gay community and the gay industry, I think it's taking another step forward in the right direction. And if you can...
It's also recognizing the disposable income and the surplus cash that a lot of...
100%.
Yeah.
They've got so much disposable income and more than a normal person. Yeah. And then connect it with, having the donation. So having a certain amount of coins going towards the mental health part, which is needed, and contributing to that, going towards such things as the Elton John Foundation, with people suffering with obviously HIV or AIDS or anything like that. So contributing back, benefiting and creating a solution for that is going to be beneficial. I think just in general, just to take away that stigma and create that unity. is the most important thing. And
Is this recording?
yeah, and why not do anything? Why keep that space? I don't know. It's like sounds pretty like horror.
Grim.
Yes. It's interesting to see the foundations actually, which ones did and which ones didn't. So I was going through, there was a top 50 foundations. But initially I found this one with the top 10. Yeah. There was Jewish foundation. There was the Jewish foundation, biggest. It's really, really interesting. Forgiven.
Mention doing an anti-vaxxer comment.
Yeah, that would be a great one actually. Yeah. Yeah, we're combining the anti-vaccination coin with the gay coin.
Yeah. Anyone who's been marginalised.
Yeah.
Because of their genes. That's an interesting one. I can't believe 28% legally married. That's much bigger than I thought it would be.
It's changing, isn't it?
Yeah.
Just even that point, you know, not even that being able to marry, or there was even a service, a business, because it is a business. And that's evolved to this now.
Yeah.
Like even the opportunity to have children or adopt children, and that's evolved.
Yeah.
Because that was never.
Well, that was never a thing. It was not an option.
Yeah.
When I first came out, my parents, their initial disappointment was that I'd never be a father, because they would sort of be a great father. So that's what they were upset about.
Yeah.
Mum's like, you would have made such a great father.
Yeah. Yeah. And you can see that, but now there's an opportunity.
Probably wrong, but yeah.
You know, obviously the financial situation, most people are positive that they're doing better than the most, and I think because you haven't got the responsibilities of, you know, the children or the other thing as much.
And I don't know if it's a lot of top-notch gay people are very big achievers.
I think if you've had a lot of stigma and a lot of problems and a lot of separation from a young age, it makes you stronger.
Yeah.
It's like people who are born with nothing.
Resilient.
They're very resilient, and they've come from nothing, or they've had the worst life, and then they're going to make the best life.
Yeah. And they know what they don't want.
Yes. Yeah. It's pretty interesting. They've been very, very high achievers.
Oh, so here's the statistics you were talking about.
Yeah. Yeah. So it's pretty interesting.
Yeah. Okay.
How they use, about what they prefer to describe themselves.
Yeah. I think it just kept changing and growing so fast and so much that people were just like, well, hold on. But when's it going to stop?
Yeah.
Because we're just adding to it, and eventually it's going to become too hard. Well, it's too hard to remember or pronounce.
Yeah. Benjamin, join us in the room. So the media importance. So being influenced, like as a gay person, like you're significantly more likely to purchase when you advertise through a gay media site or like a community site than through just normal like media, advertisement, or you'd be influenced by a company who supports LGBT community, than a company which has no interest in that or doesn't support them or is probably against them in a certain way.
Yeah.
You would definitely not be buying from that particular community or industry or business.
Like the thing that happened with Nivea so long ago.
Yeah. Yeah, something comes in the media, and you obviously you've got that influence. So I believe the ones who connected with the crypto, the gay community, crypto and stuff like that will benefit more.
This is interesting that less likely to purchase. Like, it's interesting that there's even a percentage there. Like, it's almost like, why wouldn't you?
Yeah. Certain companies are owned by religious corporations. So when you delve deeper and deeper into it, the reason why they don't support or they don't advertise or they don't do anything towards the LGBT community is because of the they're actually owned by a certain religion. So what has a greater impact? So you as a gay person, what has the greater impact with you?
So where are we? The impact of greater religion. Well, definitely when I see, I mean, not that I'm always tuned into LGBTQ media, but when I see a company that's sponsoring perhaps one of the festivals or a company that's perhaps sponsoring a pride event, I definitely take note. Ones that really stick with me, I guess, would be Absolute, who've always been very supportive, and there's a couple of other big brands that have always been very, very supportive. And yeah, of course, that sticks with you. It
does influence you.
Yeah,
and I think there's obviously friends in the community, which is probably going to be the biggest influencers, and they may be influenced initially by the ones who's supporting the community.
Yeah.
It's quite interesting. Let's go on to the next part. So the following platforms, social media platforms that most LGBTQ people have used in the previous 30 days, which is quite interesting to know. And
well, I'm shocking because I have to say that every single one of them.
Every single one.
Every single one of them.
I think it's very similar to most human beings. I can't see.
And usually in that order as well. Oh no, WhatsApp would have to be up underneath Facebook.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We can sort of see how the new influencers who's coming through in the gay community, and they're making a big impact throughout the world in the gay community. So obviously before we had the fashion icons, we had the movie stars, and we had the sports people and the music industry, but now we've got this new social media impact. So we've got these vloggers or bloggers or YouTubers and Facebook and Instagrammers, which are now suddenly got 2 million, 5 million followers or more. And making a massive impact in the gay community, which is great. And I believe connecting such people in the community with a crypto and coin will take a big influence and traction to benefit the world and unity and growth and take away stigmas. So it's really interesting to understand the social media part of life. The next little bit, whereas the travel, so the travel industry.
That's amazing, 65 billion just in the US.
Yes, just in the US alone. It's pretty interesting, like we were saying before, is gay people do have a more time expenditure because of obviously not as many have children, but they have the money expenditure to travel more.
Yeah, surplus cash.
And the surplus cash. So it's pretty interesting that it's such a high per year of money that we've got expenditure there.
Because travel is an absolute luxury, so it shows you the surplus that they have.
Yeah. obviously
Mm.
so Europe's just very small decrease below, but 50 billion per year in the gay community, in the European tourists. So the adult LGBT community in the USA, a total economic spending power of more than 600 billion per year in 2007. Obviously, we do see that that does change over time, and it's increased, I think, to 917 billion now. So that's quite a substantial growth in just a small period of time. Obviously, that was the only research we can get from up to 2017. But now you're looking at 2022, you're looking towards the $1 trillion mark.
When it bounces back, it's going to be massive.
And I think once we go into the space of the crypto and moving forwards in the next 5 years, we're looking at trillions and trillions of dollars. So putting all that together, like creating such a community coin, this was just a little idea that you'd name it something like an Elton coin who's got an icon like Queen, or we would bring in a community which is connecting together to bring unity. And so it'd be the cryptocurrency for the gay community, to connect in the gay community, take away stigma. We'd have partnerships and a branch with different tradable assets underneath, but you have one main coin that's connecting the industry and the community. Obviously, being able to go on your media social phone and being able to pay for your gay services, for your gay travel with the gay hotels and stuff, is going to be an amazing thing that you can just tap and go, and you can keep that. There's going to be certain people who want to hide their identity because they may be up in the government high up and they're working in Indonesia, such a thing. So they want that personal space that they don't have disclosure of their identity. They've got so much flexibility in trading now, which opens up different to the stock exchange or the other markets which have been previously. It's great that with Unit, they do have asset tokenization. So there will be like our gay hotel, which involved our gay websites, which we can bring together into this whole space to connect with the community coin. So this space is going to be great moving forwards, and it's going to be great to evolve and unite the gay space in the future.
Yeah. But you can spend it anywhere, right?
You can spend it anywhere.
Oh, wow. That's unreal.
I believe many places will accept that particular coin, or you transfer it back to a USDC or a USDT type coin, and then spend it other places. But it will be a digital coin of value, which you can probably mostly utilize in the gay space, but there will be other services and other businesses around the world which will accept this as a form of payment. Yeah. That's the idea, is to get this global and change the world away from that space of seeing everybody different, as in you're black, you're white, you're from this country. We're all one. We're all connected as one on this planet. We're all unified, and that's the way we need to do. We need to think in the future for longevity, is to become unified. And this is just the token which is going to unify the connection for gay people into the blockchain space. And we're doing it for obviously Unit, which is going to be a great opportunity for us. So if anybody's got any questions, or anybody would like to know anything more, we're very beginners at this, but we would love to help and assist with any questions right now, if you've got any questions.
Okay.
Oh, guys, sorry. I didn't know I was allowed to unmute myself. So my question is, what's next for you guys? What are you doing next to make that become a reality on the business side? I'm not talking on the token side, but what's next in business model, business operations for you?
So we're working at the moment. We're building some global databases and booking engines for the tourism industry, but solely for the gay industry. So these are a priority at the moment because it will be some of the biggest gay databases in the world with our websites. We're also just in completion stage. So these are in the end stages. Yeah. We're also in the completion stage of our 5-star luxury resort in Bali, which is a gay resort. It's the first one, I believe, in Indonesia. So we're in the final stages of finishing that. That is our priority, and it's going to be our sort of initial groundwork where we will tokenize these businesses. I believe that we will be able to advertise through our databases and through our network to build this community-based crypto coin, which we've been talking about just previously, for the community. So it's not attached to any business or corporation or company or anything like that. It's for the community. And we will grow that along with Michael, who's obviously the co-creator of Unit, and the meetings, what we've sat down and we've been discussing, that we will work together and collaborate together with our network of people that obviously we know. We have some very wealthy influencers and great people around the world who we obviously can start networking with to contribute and invest in this. So to invest in the treasury, to have a pool of money as a security, as well as Michael has also got his connections with the people in blockchain. There is a few, just for example, the creator of EOS. So it's a very, very top blockchain in the world, and he's a gay guy. So bringing them into the space and having them part of this team and connection will take this to the level we want it to be global. We want it to make an impact. And me personally, I do have connections with gay music producers, world famous gay music producers, and other people like Olympic gold medalist who's a gay guy who I used to coach. So if we all use our connections and Daniel's connections and parts of our other team, who's obviously not here, but we collaborate together, we can create this dream and imagination which we visualize for this community coin. Yeah.
Wow, that's quite inspirational. It's also great that, really love what you guys are up to. It's very meaningful, and I feel it fits very much the vision of Unit to create that zero exclusive world where everyone can participate and yet still participate in the way that is meaningful to them. We have Vanessa here also, who's on our Unit event team, basically also worked Unit together with Michael and me, and she's basically helping us to design the token launchpad, our Unit Ventures program that I believe Michael has already shared with you. And we're currently in final stage of designing the offering for our first cohort, and hopefully we can get your feedback and your insights too, so that we can develop a program that is super beneficial for you as the pioneers in the gay token industry, like as an industry token, but also as your Elton crypto coin based on the token. So hopefully it's great that you participated in World Unit Forum.
It was last minute because I only met Michael first only last week. So it's very, very quick that I initially got invited to watch his video introduction on Unit, I think about a week and a half ago. And I said, I contacted him straight after and said, I want to meet in person because I've been researching for the last 4, 5, 6 months on how can I put our businesses into a tradable asset. And then suddenly Al, who's part of the retreat barn, which Michael connects to, said, come and watch this guy, Michael. And so I watched, and wow, he's talking about putting our business into tradable assets. This is exactly what I've been searching for 4 months. And it connected together. And then we spoke probably 4 or 5 days ago. It met in person in Canggu. And he said, please come and join and do a speech, a presentation, hence what we're doing now. And so I believe after the positive conversations, what we was feeding back off each other, that and hopefully we can connect more with parts of your team and grow both our ventures, because I have other businesses and other different ventures going on as well. Like me personally, I'm not gay, and Daniel's part of our gay community, and yes, but I have other ventures going a lot around in the world to improve the world and unity and spiritual psychology and stuff like that. So I want to connect with Michael and his team more, because I think there'd be many avenues we can help each other with. Yeah.
Great. We have a question also from Mayra. Is Elton involved, or in which way is Elton involved in this token project? Okay,
the intention will be to get Elton involved. Like, I would like to go back and speak to my music producer. He's actually godfather to my daughter. He's a world famous music, Paul McCartney's best friend. So he's actually produced Paul McCartney's albums and music. And I believe that he will get me a connection into talking to maybe Elton if I go back to England, because I'm initially from England. And if I can open that door, I have contacted him, I've contacted his boyfriend, I've contacted all these, like his sister, like I've contacted so many different people to try and get in there. But at the moment, because we're in this early stage, I would like to have more stuff that is credible to see this actually rolling out and becoming something. So I believe that
content, present
more content.
Yeah.
So if I can get that, if I can get the credibility of your team behind it, Michael behind it, some other influencers behind it, and then go and do the approach, go and knock on his door and say, please give me 1 hour of your time and let me show you this presentation. And we will contribute to your foundation, because I believe we want to create a solution and help to assist in the mental health care. So the mental part, we want to create help in the physical part. So he has actually got the AIDS Foundation, so the Elton John AIDS Foundation. So we want to donate a certain percentage to that.
That's super amazing. Hey, we need to stop the presentation because the next one is already lined up. Thank you so much for joining Unit World Conference.
Nice to meet you.
Thank you so much.